which Haikyuu character is most likely to cry because of something that their teammates said. So it's gonna be one person from each school, and I'll also tell you who will be the person that has to comfort that person. The first school that we're looking at is aoba johsai. I think it's pretty obvious who is most likely to cry. It's this little bitch. My headcanon is that the third years in aoba johsai will all be like laughing and joking around. Then someone like Hanamaki will say something along the lines of, haha, Oikawa, you work so hard and yet Kageyama is still a naturally better setter than you. And after that guy says that, right, oh my god, everyone will go silent because it's too close to the truth. Then this man will just dramatically burst into tears. He will just like, ah! And everyone will be so stunned. Everyone will just be like, what do we do? But there will be one person who's damn pissed, damn angry. Hajime will be freaking pissed. You know why? Because he knows he has to be the one to comfort Oikawa. So my headcanon is that he will tell everyone else to like go and do their own thing. Then he has to go and talk to Oikawa alone. And although he's always very like tough and macho, right? He's actually a very soft boy if he needs to be. So he will like stand over there, and then after that, if anyone wants to like stare at Oikawa crying, he will be like, nothing to see. Huh? Why are you looking here? But when he's talking to Oikawa, he'll be like, okay, come here. Use my shirt. Just use my shirt. Just use my shirt to dry your tears. You know what I mean? He will be like that kind of man. And then he will be like, I heard that Hanamaki don't know what he's talking about. Like, he's so stupid. You know, if he say one more time, right, I'm gonna beat him up the next time. Just so that Oikawa will stop crying his ass off. He's usually so like rough and everything to Oikawa. But I think if Oikawa is crying, right, he will definitely be damn nice. He will still be like, oh, Shitiyama can't even serve properly. Of course you're the better setter. You are the best setter to me, okay? Later after training, how about we go and eat ice cream? My treat, okay? My treat. Then Oikawa will be a little bitch and be like, can I get ramen too? And then he will be like, fine. Oikawa will push it. He will be like, can I get a free movie too? And then he will be like, okay, fine. Until Oikawa is like, how about that jacket that I was looking at? Can you buy me that too? Then he will finally burst. Then he will be like, so you're not sad already, ah? Okay, let's go back. But Oikawa will be like, now I'm embarrassed that I just burst into tears and I cried in front of everyone. So he has to play it cool and be like, yeah, we'll just pretend that nothing happened. And then Oikawa will be like, hey, guys, come on, I wasn't even really sad. And everyone, for the sake of Hajime, and because they are scared that he will beat them up, they will just be like, yeah, sure, you weren't actually sad. Yeah, this is basically a fanfic. But yeah, he is most likely to cry in aoba johsai. Agree? Bye! Which of these Haikyuu characters are most likely to cry because of something their teammates said, and who will have to comfort them? We will be looking at who in fukurodani would be the most likely to cry. I think everyone knows it will definitely be Bukuto. So for him, right, I feel like he will cry if in the middle of a match he's in his emo mode. So maybe there's a practice match or something, and then he'll get very dramatic. He's like, don't toss to me anymore. And instead of disagreeing with him, one of his teammates just say something like, yeah, you know what? Let's just not toss to Bukuto because his form is really very bad today. And after that teammate says that, Bukuto's face will change and he will look super hurt. So then tears will start welling up in his eyes. He'll be like, if that's what you really think, then yeah, don't toss to me. And then he will actually start breaking down and crying in the middle of the match. Then the whole team will just be like, oh, because like usually Bukuto will have his emo mode moments, but it's never that serious, you know, he never ever actually cries. So the coach will definitely call for a timeout, and the coach will just be like, I'm not dealing with this, I'm not paid enough to deal with this. And then he will send Akashi to go talk to Bukuto. Then Akashi has to actually like calculate in his head, what do I have to do to make Bukuto snap out of this? So he goes to talk to Bukuto. And then he's like, okay, what's wrong? Then Bukuto is like so dramatic, and then he's like crying about it. He's like, you know, everybody agrees that I just suck. Don't toss to me, I'm the worst player. Why am I even here? I should go and be a farmer instead. Or something like that. Then because Akashi doesn't know what else to do, he gives Bukuto a hug and even pats him on the back and be like, you're not bad at playing, you're just having a bad day. And this is like the first time that Akashi has hugged Bukuto like that. Usually he will give like side hugs and everything, but this is like a full-on hug. So Bukuto's hair, right, you know how when he's sad, his hair will be flopping? Suddenly he will like, because he got a hug from Akashi. So he will get really happy again. And then he can continue playing. But then because of this moment, right, he realized that, oh, if he's sad and if he's crying, Akashi will give him a hug. So when he goes home, he immediately Googles how to fake cry. And at future matches, he will try to pull the same thing. When he's in his emo mode, he will go one step further to cry. So he will tell himself, think about Finding Nemo, think about the sad old man from Up, so that he can like shed a few tears, so that Akashi will give him a hug. And Bukuto will keep pushing it until one day, Akashi catches him trying to force himself to cry in the middle of a match. Then Akashi will get damn angry. Akashi will just walk up to him and be like, are you trying to make yourself cry? And then Bukuto will be like caught in the act. So he'll be like, yeah, maybe, yeah. So Akashi will get like kind of like disappointed, and then he will walk away. Then Bukuto will be damn scared, so he'll be running after Akashi. I'm sorry for always trying to fake cry. Then Akashi will be like, Bukuto, don't talk to me right now. Because apparently it's funny for you to abuse the concern that I have for you and make me worry about you all the time. Then Bukuto will be like, wait, you worry about me all the time? Then Akashi is like, I'm not worried about you now, I'm angry. So Bokuto will finally confess and be like, okay, fine, I always fake cry because you give me hugs when I cry. Then Akashi will just be like, huh? I give you hugs all the time. Then Bokuto will be like, but your hugs don't come with a back rub unless I'm sad. So Akashi will just walk up to him and tell him, you could have just asked me for a hug. And also, if you think the hugs I give you when you're sad are good, you should win this game and see what kind of celebratory hug I can give you. They might even come with a head pat. Then Bokuto will stand there for a second, and then his eyes will sparkle, and then he'll be like, hey, let's go! And then he will proceed to play the best game of his damn life. Like the score will be 25-8 or something, and the whole team will be like, what the heck did Akashi even tell Bokuto? Because Bokuto's in such a good mood. Because Bokuto is playing like a man possessed. Yeah, this is a fanfic, but Bokuto will be the most likely to cry. Bye! Which one of these Haikyuu characters will be most likely to cry because of something that their teammates said? And who will have to comfort them? We are gonna be looking at Inarizaki right now. And come on guys, we know who is going to cry. This smelly boy will be the one that cries. If I am not wrong, he was crying for some reason in the show already, but I can't really remember for what. But yes, definitely Atsumu will be the person that will cry because of something that their teammates said. And he seems like the type that will cry over something really stupid. So I feel like it could be a situation where the whole team is just joking around. And then suddenly Suna just like stares at him and says, hey, do you know that your hair is piss-ass yellow? And the comment is so out of pocket that he doesn't even know how to respond. He'll try to be like defensive of it because he's in denial. So he'll be like, no, my hair is a nice golden blonde. But then Suna will just stare at him and just say, it looks kind of piss-ass yellow to me. Didn't you and Osamu both dye your hair at the same time? Why is Osamu's hair so nice but yours is so pissy? And by this point, he will start getting angry already. He'll be like, my hair is not piss yellow. What the freak? It's not piss yellow. And because Atsumu is usually the one everyone in the team will kind of pick on, right? So everybody will just pile on. Everyone will just keep adding comments like, hey, actually now that Suna say it, right? His hair is piss-ass yellow. Piss yellow, piss yellow. And then he will like scream one last time, it's not piss yellow! And then he starts crying and then he walks away angrily. And then the whole team realize, oh shit, did we take that too far? And then Kita will finally go and talk to Suna and say, okay, I think you went too far with that. But Suna is like, huh, but I still stand by what I said. He's a piss-ass yellow hair boy. So Kita tries to convince Suna to apologize, but Suna is like, but I stand by what I said. Do I really have to go apologize? So Kita just turns to the left and then he makes eye contact with Otsumu. But then Otsumu is like shaking his head. He's like, no. I do not want to go and deal with this. So in the end, they will do a scissors, paper, stone to decide who will have to go and comfort Atsumu. So they will do scissors, paper, stone. No! And he will be so angry that he lost the scissors, paper, stone. But Kita will remind him, he is your brother. But he will be like, not by choice. So he will grumble, but Otsumu will still go and talk to Atsumu. So Otsumu will be like, okay, loser, why are you crying? And then Atsumu will be like, someone said I had piss-ass yellow hair. Then Otsumu will be like, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but he might have a point. And then he's gonna make Otsumu cry even more. He's like, can you stop saying that my hair's piss-ass yellow? I tried my best when I was dyeing it by myself. Then Otsumu will just be like, fine, you know what? How about I introduce you to my hairstylist? So Atsumo will be like, oh, what? So you're gonna be paying for me to get my hair done? Then Atsumo will be like, of course not. But remember that time that mom gave me a credit card for emergencies? Well, your hair seems like an emergency, so let's use it. Then Atsumo will cheer up because he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get my hair done all nice and pretty. And I won't even need to pay for it. Thanks, bro. And then Kita will come in to check on the situation only when he sees that Atsumu is already happy because he doesn't want to deal with a crying Atsumu. But back with the team, Suna is still thinking, did I lie though? Did I lie about that piss-ass yellow hair? Yeah, and Suna will not apologize for it. Because whatever he says, he said out of love. Because like, how can he let Atsumu carry on his life with that piss-ass yellow hair? This has just become Atsumu yellow hair slander. Goodbye. Which of these Haikyuu characters are most likely to cry because of something their teammates said? And who will have to comfort them? Today we'll be looking at shiratorizawa. And for this, I think the person that is most likely to cry is definitely Goshiki. I mean, he's the only first-year regular player in the entire team. And he seems like quite a sensitive boy, actually. I don't know whether he cried when he got that haircut, but maybe he did. That's why no one in the team ever mentions it. But yeah, he would probably cry because of this man. Honestly, Yoshijima just seems so intimidating. Even though he doesn't mean to be like intimidating, he just comes across as very scary and intimidating. So my headcanon is that they will be having a match and then Goshiki messes up one of the spikes. Like one of the balls that he was supposed to hit, he accidentally didn't hit it very well. And then after the match, Yoshijima goes up to him and tells him, how are you gonna be the next ace after me with that mediocre spike? And when he says that, the whole team is like, oh, like, There is probably no malice in the words that Yoshijima said, but it's just the way that he said it made like everybody just like, oh what? To Yoshijima, he was probably just saying what he thought, like his very honest opinion. But then Goshiki would already have felt bad for like messing up the spike during the game, so Yoshijima telling him that just brings out all the emotions, and then he will start crying. Like I think he will really just burst into tears and be like, you're right, I'm just not good enough, I'm not good enough to take over you. And then immediately, all the other people in the team will try to rush over to baby Goshiki. And Yoshijima will be so taken aback. He like literally cannot understand what is happening. So he turns to Tendo and he's like, why is there liquid coming out of Goshiki's eyes? And then Tendo has to explain to Yoshijima what just happened. He will like tell Yoshijima, that's what crying looks like. I think you might have been a little bit too harsh to Goshiki. Then Yoshijima will feel so bad. He will be like stuttering a bit. He'll be like, he's crying because of something I said? How do I fix this? Then Tendo has to be the one that kind of mediates the situation. So he like teaches Yoshijima step by step what he should say to Goshiki so that Goshiki will not like cry anymore. And then he will like pull Yoshijima like over to Goshiki. For some reason, I think Tendo will make a lot of weird hand gestures. He'll be like, Goshiki, Yoshijima has something to say to you. You know what I mean? Just to like lighten up the mood a bit. Then Yoshijima will be kind of awkward, but then he will clear his throat and then he will be like, I'm sorry if my words came out too harsh. What I was trying to say is that you have a lot of potential and it pains me to see you not reach it. And then after he says that, Goshiki will just look at him like, Yoshijima-senpai! You think I have a lot of potential? He'll be like very happy that he got Yoshijima's approval. And then Yoshijima won't know how to reply. So he will just nod and he will try to give a reassuring smile. But he doesn't know how to smile, so the smile will look something like that. So Tendo will be like looking at Yoshijima and ask him like, Wakatoshi-kun, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to give a reassuring smile. So Tendo will just tilt his head and then stare at Yoshijima for a second before telling him, cute. But then Yoshijima will tell Tendo, this smile is not supposed to look cute. It's supposed to look reassuring. Oh my gosh, I really love Yoshijima. Bye! Which one of these Haikyuu characters are most likely to cry because of something their teammates said? And who will have to comfort them? We're gonna do MSBY. And I think for this one, there's two potential candidates. Mr. Bokuto and also Mr. Smelly Man Asumu. But I think the one that's more likely to cry is definitely Atsumu. And I think he will cry over something really stupid. So this is my headcanon. I feel like there could be a situation where three of them, Hinata, Bokuto, and Atsumu, are in the locker room and then they are like just joking around. So they're playing a game of maybe like burning bridges. And the question is, who among the three of them are most likely to die single? And then Hinata and Bokuto both immediately say, oh, it's confirmed gonna be Atsumu. Because Hinata and Bokuto both already have like a partner. And then at first Atsumu is like, yeah, okay, fine. Out of the three of us, probably, yeah, I will be the one that dies single. But then because Hinata and Bokuto are the type to like keep joking around, so they continue the joke, saying that like, oh, if it was just the three of them left on Earth, then Hinata says that he will pick Bokuto, and then Bokuto says that he will pick Hinata also. So even in that situation, Atsumu will still be all alone. And by this point, Atsumu is already kind of upset, but he's just like, yeah, you know what, whatever. But the two of them will continue joking. They will even start bringing up random people that they know that will probably not pick Atsumu also among the three of them. Like Hinata will say, oh, you know, I asked Kageyama before. Kageyama would rather date Bokuto than Atsumu. And Bokuto will say like, oh, I asked Akashi this before too. And he said he would rather date Hinata than Atsumu. So I guess you're gonna be all alone, Atsumu. And then, right, it's gonna get to a point where the joke goes too far. And then Atsumu is like, yeah, I'm gonna be single forever, I get it! And then he's like, he just walks away and then he starts crying. And then the two of them will be looking at each other being like, what do we do? So the both of them don't know what to do. But at that moment, Sakusa will walk into the locker room. And then Sakusa will like look at the scene and then he will just be so done. But then Hinata and Bokuto will like signal to Sakusa to please go and comfort Atsumu. So Sakusa will just sigh really loudly like, and he will walk up to like Atsumu and ask him, hey, what's wrong? But then Atsumu at that moment will be like, I don't want to talk about it. So Sakusa will just shrug and then he will continue doing like whatever he was doing. But Hinata and Bokuto will be like begging him over there at the side, being like, please go and solve the situation, please. Then because Sakusa wants practice to start on time, he tries again. So he takes a pack of tissues and passes it over to like Atsumu and asks him, okay, so you want to talk to me about why you're crying? But instead of telling him why he's crying, Atsumu just asks Sakusa, if the four of us are the last people on Earth, who would you date? Me, Bokuto, or Hinata? And at that point, Sakusa is just like so done with everything. He's just like, what the hell? He's thinking about how he should have went to Shiwiden instead. But then at the back, he turns to look at Hinata and Bokuto and the both of them are like begging him to pick Atsumu. At that point, they're like, please, just pick him. So Sakusa will just sigh one more time. He'll just be like, I guess if it was just the four of us left, I would date you, Atsumu. And hearing this, Atsumu will suddenly be really happy. He'll be like, wait, what? You would rather date me than Bokuto and Hinata? Why? Is it because I have pretty eyes? Then Sakusa will just shake his head and then he will say, you know what, I want to change my answer. If it's just the four of us left, I would rather just die alone. But then at that point, Atsumu's already so happy because Sakusa picked him. And even after Sakusa leaves the locker room, Atsumu will keep bringing it up like, oh my gosh, do you think Sakusa actually secretly has a crush on me or something? Because he picked me over the two of you. And Bokuto and Hinata will just like egg on his delusional ass being like, yep, I think Sakusa loves you. Damn, I want to read a fanfiction like this now. Bye.